Let's focus on value per second here. We're going to learn how to get out of a rut. Now there's 3 steps that I personally follow, and the first step is content. Now what do I mean by content? It's pretty simple actually. So imagine this guy is you. Look at the board. This guy is you, for example. Let's give him hands as well. There's top 5 content that he consumes. Okay, you can like rank the top 5 content that you consume based on the amount of time you spend consuming them. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Right now you are scrolling, because when you are in a rut, you try to consume the easiest form of content to consume, which is short form scrolling. And it's gonna be brain rot, it's gonna be brain rot, it's gonna be brain rot, it's all gonna be filled with brain rot. What you wanna do as a first step to get out of the rut, you're gonna replace this brain rot with something good. Okay, you're gonna cross out all this brain rot. How do you do it? You stop consuming shorts. Either, well, you can consume shorts, but then you will have to go to somebody's profile and consume educational shorts, which are hard to find these days anyways. So what I would instead suggest to do, this is personally what I did do like just a week ago when I was stuck in a rut, is that I just replaced everything with motivational reel. I just replaced brain rot with motivation. Right? I just started watching David Goggins speeches. I just started watching Alex Hormozy podcasts. And yeah, when you're in a rut, it's very hard to sit and go through a full length podcast. So I would go through the little 5-minute or 10-minute motivational speeches, the motivational compilations, the edits, because they are much more easy to consume and they're good quality content because of the things that is being spoken on the video itself. Now, why did I put top 5 over here? There used to be a saying called "you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." You can understand what I'm hinting at over here. These days, you spend most of your time on the internet. You spend most of your time consuming content. And so, the modern meta is this: you are the average of the 5 types of content that you consume. And yes, sure, you can still consume brain rot. Just make sure that you consume like way more of this motivational stuff than the brain rot. This is the step I find nobody else on the internet talking about, and this actually makes getting out of a rut way easier. The second step is very simple, and it's routine. This is something which a lot of people actually talk about, and this actually makes a lot of sense. Unless you specifically make a routine and give yourself very specific tasks to do, in the weak moments when you are going to be lacking motivation, you're not going to find anything to do and you'll just revert back to either sleeping or scrolling. Now, one golden rule that I will give you over here is don't make the routine too hard or too easy. Keep it lukewarm. Alright? Now, what do I mean by this? Let me elaborate just in short. Suppose you want to wake up early. That's a new habit that you want to put in your routine. If you put, I want to wake up at 5 a.m., I want to wake up at 4 a.m., that's going to be too hard for you because when you are in a rut, you don't have the motivation. But at the same time, if you're like, okay, I want to wake up at 8 a.m., I want to wake up at 9 a.m., that's the things that you were already doing when you were stuck in a rut. What difference does that make? So, personally, the ideal time for me when I'm stuck in these rut periods is 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. because that's neither too easy, not too hard, just the lukewarm, just early enough to get some stuff done, just early enough to make me feel a little bit happy that, okay, I've done something. If you want my full morning routine, which I use to get out of my own rut, I will make a separate video on it. So subscribe, hit that bell notification, just try and stay updated. Maybe the next video I'll make will be on the morning routine that I am following right now and the morning routine which got me out of the rut. Now, the third step, the final step, this is the most fun step actually, which is appreciation. Dude, I love writing on this board that I've made. So appreciation, what do we mean by this? Celebrate the small victories. When you are in a rut and you wake up at 6 a.m., that is an achievement in and of itself. Imagine you wake up and then you do nothing. You just sit with your phone and scroll for half an hour before realizing that you were wasting your time. Everybody would beat themselves up in this kind of a situation, that why did I wake up at 6 a.m. if I had to scroll But you woke up at 6 a.m. You were stuck in a rut. You were not making any progress. You woke up at 6 a.m. Congratulations. Congrats. Let me write it down for you, man. Congrats. This is the golden word that you will write in a journal, that you will tell yourself every now and then, because it's very easy to look at yourself as an underachiever when you are stuck in a rut. But when you are stuck in a rut, even waking up at 6 a.m. is a massive achievement. And unless you say congratulations to yourself for every little bit of progress that you make, you are not going to stick with the new routine that you have made. Right? So, in order to stick with this routine, in order to level this routine up every now and then, you will have to have appreciation for every single shred of progress that you make. So, write it in your journal, tell it to yourself, maybe look at yourself in the mirror and tell it, congratulations, you woke up at 6 a.m. One bonus tip that I will give you here is this. I just talked about some upgradation. When you're watching content like this, when you're consuming a lot of motivation, what's gonna happen is you're gonna feel hyped up. When you are super hyped up for the next day, the night before, feel free to readjust your routine and upgrade it to 5 a.m. Instead of 6 a.m., I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Make the routine a little bit harder. Because when you are hyped up, when you're motivated, you have to use those opportunities to make progress. You need to realize that this routine is temporary. This routine is just to get you out of the rut. Your ideal routine is going to be like way harder, way more structured. Like it's going to be something which is closer to what I am following right now. Not the one which got me out of the rut a week ago, but the routine that I'm following right now. This is like way harder, and this is the ideal routine. So you gotta find opportunities where you are hyped the heck up the night before. So you make changes, you make plans to upgrade your routine for the next day. That is how you level up. That is how eventually you get towards your ideal routine. And that is how, using these 3 steps, content, routine, and appreciation, you can actually turn this into like a little short form thing, CRA, if that helps you remember it. CRA. This will get you out of any rut.